Hi, happy
Hi.
January the 15th, 2025, which is insane to say out loud. Women's Rodeo Championship Wednesday. Miss Sammy Joe, good morning.
Good morning. Happy Women's Rodeo Wednesday. We're back again.
I know it's fun. I mean, we took a little small hiatus only because there was the holidays and we're the mom. So it's hard to make sure all the presents are wrapped and the stars right on the tree and the house is lit up and Christmas-fied and New
All the
Year's and all that
meals
fun
are
stuff.
planned. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so happy to be back. With that, we say we took a women's rodeo hiatus, but we were still grinding gears, getting everything ready because I mean, drum roll, May is going to be here before we know it. I feel like 24 just flew by, and now when you see W25, it's reality and it's coming and it's going to be here. And May 11th for our back number gala will be here before we know it.
Seriously. Well, I want to start off. We did something really fun during the NFBR. Jordan, Joe, and In the Loop podcast asked all of those girls our fancy burning questions. Not to do a plug here, but if you missed those, go watch them because they're really funny. She
They're
did an
really funny.
awesome
Yeah.
job. But I think we need to get to know our commissioner segment to kind of kick this morning off. So, Lindsay, I have 5 fancy burning questions prepared
Okay.
for you. So, are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
Okay, we're going to start it off strong. Who do you text the most?
To be honest, Sammy Joe Smith. I mean, historically, probably anywhere between my sister-in-law and my friend JP Paul Miller. But in recent 3 years, I would say probably Sammy Joe Smith because not only do we text about women's stuff, but then we text about mom stuff and we text memes and funny things and all of that. So probably you.
That's hilarious. Okay,
Yeah.
might need your phone for this one, but what was your last Google search?
I don't know.
Be honest
Probably.
now.
Huh?
I said, be honest.
I know. Let me see. Go. Stay.
Put you on.
Um, this is bad. Zoetis, and after that, it was the Colorado Community College course numbering system. Mhm. So obviously, my other life is
Mhm.
is
Teaching.
a college professor of higher learning. Sounds sounds good. It's almost like being an equine fecal relocator, which is be a professional stall cleaner. But yeah, so I was looking up some stuff about Zoetis, and then obviously I was working on my syllabi yesterday a little bit. So that's what my last Google search was.
All
Pretty
right,
exciting.
favorite social media channel to use?
I'm the toss up on that one between Snapchat and Instagram.
If you don't follow Lindsay on Snapchat, every Monday she posts a very good inspirational quote. So
Yes, and
go
then that
find
is
it.
where Adventures of Turkey Lee is in
Yes.
Snapchat. And it's funny. We go to the NFR and I have the boys, or anywhere we go with the boys. People will go to my youngest, whose name's Lyndon, but everybody calls him Turkey, and we're like, Turkey Lee, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know you.
How do
And
you
they're like,
know
they know
me?
all about his adventures because of Snapchat.
All right, what is your favorite TV show you're watching right now?
OMG. Okay, so this is going to sound weird, but I think it's on Fox. And it is the special forces with the celebrities that
Yes.
go on the special forces like training. Oh my God, I'm obsessed with it. I think it's awesome because
You would be so good on that show. I'm just
they
saying.
get throttled. I mean, they have to jump off of bridges and like do the water, like almost like waterboarding. I mean, it is insane. And
Crazy.
some of the things that I mean, thank the Lord for our military and how tough and resilient they are. I mean, bless them because what
So
they
true.
get put through just to be in that position is amazing. And so the celebrities that do it, it really exposes a lot of them. And I'm not really usually into like reality TV stuff, but I do enjoy
It's a
Special
pretty awesome
Forces.
show. Okay,
Yeah.
last but not least, favorite lesson or quote Grandpa Rosser taught you?
Well, he had a lot of quotes and lessons. I mean, honestly, like the show must always go on. You always need to look good when you're presenting the American flag. So you always have to have red lipstick on and a very flamboyant shirt. And then like his favorite quote that he's probably been quoted the most was, "You don't get rich in the rodeo business. You're not going to make $1 million, but you're going to make $1 million worth of memories and friends." And that is so true. So I guess that's probably his like biggest quote, but really just hard work and pageantry and all of that. So we have a friend.
My friend with me today. Those
Yay.
were great. If you don't know Lindsay Rosser Sumter, I'm excited for our fancy burning questions
Yes.
segment to get to know our commissioner. So
Thanks. We're
great.
going to have to do you next time.
Well, for those of you joining us, thank you so much for joining. We have some really exciting announcements today, but drop in the comments, say hello. We want to know who's with us live this morning. And also, if at any time you have questions, do not hesitate to put them in the comments. We will answer them. So,
Yes.
but Lindsay, let's kick it off with just some kind of it's been a couple
Fun.
weeks. We've had some exciting announcements
Yeah,
lately.
for sure.
Let's start with Valley Vet.
I know. I'm so excited. I love Valley Vet. I get so many awesome things. Like, if you are not familiar with Valley Vet, they have it's like it's like a smorgasbord of everything veterinary, horse, equine, dog. It's just a great supply company that you can go on there and get. I mean, anything from vet wrap to vaccines to horse blanket. I mean, they have just a plethora of things. It's amazing. Super excited that they found value in us to be a partner at Women's Rodeo, and they're gonna give back to the ladies. So all of you ladies who are ID card holders, there's a cool little coupon for everybody for Valley Vet, which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, if you missed that email, message our team. But yeah, all ID card holders get a special discount code with Valley Vet, and we're really excited to have them on board. So
Yeah, for sure.
welcome, Valley Vet.
Valley Vet's great, and we're excited to partner with them. We got some kind of fun, kind of TikTok-y type stuff kind of come out with them. It's going to be great. But another great partner that we have is Cedar Creek Cowgirls, and I don't know if everybody saw, but they made a beautiful palette of eyeshadows that is kind of revolves around fancy women's rodeo. All of the colors are named after things like the Challenger, the Pro, the Limited, Fast Time, showdown round, all this fun stuff. So I'm super excited and thankful for Cedar Creek Cowgirls. So if you haven't got your fancy palette, go ahead and go to Cedar Creek Cowgirls and get that because it's a really beautiful. If you're a makeup lady and you like makeup, it's very good stuff.
All right. Well, and then for goat tires listening, we are getting ready to design the custom Smarty horse that our goat tying champion will win at this year's Smarty goat tying showcase.
Yes.
So we're excited to start sharing what it will be, but those college rodeos kick off January 31st already.
And
Hard to believe.
I've had so many conversations with goat tires, and it's just obviously it's a learning experience, and we understand that the whole concept of nominating your events before you go to them is a learning experience, and just to kind of get that kind of rolling and the comprehending like when you do it and all of that, and so just the learning curve of that. But if you know any college goat tires, listen, I'm not trying to be one of those girls, but a 10,000 added goat tying doesn't happen every day. So you want to be in that top 20 to the Women's Rodeo Championship goat tying showcase, presented by Smarty, because you have a chance to win not only a lot of money with the payout with a 10,000 added goat tying, but a Smarty horse, which is worth, I think it's like almost $8,500, maybe 10,000. I don't know, but such a great tool, even in a community to have. for people.
Absolutely.
So go Tires, don't forget.
Yes, don't forget. Yep. All right, well, let's dive into Qualifier Series events. I know several. Thank you for dropping in. Hi, Danielle, Brittany, Tamra. Good to see Patty. Good to see all of you guys.
Yes.
We launched our new website, and the up-to-date Qualifier Series are now on that tab. So I'm just going to share our screen here so y'all can see the beautiful new website. If you go to Qualifier Series and scroll down, you will see we've got TXC Memorial this Sunday in Sulphur, Louisiana, breakaway roping. We've got the Hamilton All Girl, shout out Kiana Francis, on February 13th for putting that roping on. And then, February 13th, and then February 15th is Mardi Gras Classic, Ben Clements, Jody, Extreme Team Roping. So I love that they're doing those back-to-back team ropings around Hamilton, Stephenville.
You
And
can go to a heart steak on the 14th for Valentine's Day. Have the Valentine's Day off.
Exactly. And then the Grand Prix in Stephenville will also be a barrel race February 21st through the 23rd. So those are the events.
Yeah.
Those are the events that we have public, but Lindsay and I are super pumped to talk about.
I told you we've been grinding it out. We weren't lying.
So we have added a few events across all disciplines. So let's just kick it off. The very first one is a barrel race.
Okay, hold on. Whoa, wait. Brittany has a question about the QS spot coming from the Open or the 9.5 at Hamilton. So we'll talk about that. We'll answer that real quick.
Yeah, let me pull up that flyer. So what Kenna is doing a 9.5. So there's the Open with the incentive in it, right? But then there's also the 9.5 roping. So we'll award one QS spot to the team from the Open, and then one QS spot to the challenger from the 9.5. So if you end up being the highest placing challenger in the Open, you could still win that QS spot. But we'll give one QS spot to a header and healer in the Open, and one to the to a challenger in that 9.5. So
the other thing is all of these are side pot packages. So go ahead. You have to go on to Next Gen to get your QS spots and enter those side pot packages as a challenger pro, or in the breakaway, there's a limited, in the barrels, there's a limited, but in the team roping, it's just challenger and pro. So make sure you enter those side pots.
Yeah, and I know Kenna capped the 9.5 at, I believe, a 5.5 healer. And so just so everybody knows, you do have to be a 4.5 or less to enter the challenger side pot package in the 9.5, and we'll award it to the girl that entered that QS, the side pot package.
Okay, Spirit Fingers time now. Okay, so super pumped about all of these new QSs that we just got secured, even as of this morning. Like no, this morning got final back. So we're gonna give it to you today. But so go with the first one that you were going with.
Okay, February 16th, Decatur, Texas, Run for the Roses, which is the ESA event, will be our next barrel racing qualifier series after the Grand Prix.
Yes.
Then we go to the team roping and the breakaway at the BFI, ladies. So the Charlie One Horse all-girl team roping and the Charlie One Horse all-girl breakaway. Thank you, Darren Peterson. Thank you to the BFI team. Those, again, will be side pot packages. So, ladies, BFI is usually a $200 Division I event. You are going to get, with the side pot package, for $150, a nomination in the Open, a nomination for the side pot. We're going to pay a side pot package out and award QSs. So,
so excited. It's one of the, there's, as a female team roper, there's not a lot of true awesome all-girl team ropings left. And now that the BFI is a QS, the BFI Charlie One Horse all-girl breakaway and team roping, I'm super pumped because, like I said, I took myself out of being able to compete at women's, but I'm so excited now that everybody has that opportunity, because the BFI is one of those elite ropings that has been around for a long time. I remember competing at it when it was in Reno, and now it's at the Lazy E. But I'm just so thrilled that that team with BFI came on and saw value in having a QS spot for women. So we thank them immensely, because I'm super excited.
We're so grateful. And then our next big partnership is with the NBHA. They have 2 super shows coming up. The first one is in, I gotta pull up my sheet here, Fletcher, North Carolina, February 28th through March 1st. That's the area Asheville Super Show. And then April 4th through the 6th, Jacksonville, Florida, they also have the Wrangler Jacksonville Super Show. So barrel racers, yep.
I'm super excited for our East Coast girls. They are finally going to have those barrel races, especially with the NBHA. So thank you, Bailey, for finding value in women's rodeo as well with NBHA. But the East Coast, we're going to have some representatives from there, and I'm excited for that.
Yes, same. It's going to be great. So those are our newly announced QSs. Again, we're just pumped to give you guys discounted nominations for those, or win those QS spots, because it is getting hard. Those points are increasing every week. Top 20 pros and challengers qualify to Women's Rodeo Championship. Women's Rodeo World Championship. And then we want to talk about the limited, because especially now with the BFI, with these NBHA races, ladies, we take the fastest limited barrel racer and the fastest limited breakaway roper to AT&T Stadium this year.
I'm so excited. It's cool.
So, Lindsay,
with I do have a couple things to say about the limited, only because this is our first year having it, and there is some kinks. And so nothing is perfect the first shot out the gate. I mean, everybody learning to rope, everybody learning to run barrels realizes that, your first couple of go rounds can be a little rough. So we are accepting that we are very malleable when it comes to the limited, and the vision behind the limited, and the vision behind women's in general is to be an inclusive environment for every female rodeo athlete, not just the elite. And just there's a space for everybody who competes in a rodeo discipline: barrel racers, team ropers, and breakaway ropers. And so with that, we introduced the limited in the barrels and the breakaway, because the numbers are so deep of ladies in that middle to bottom side of these disciplines. And so please bear with us, because we are learning by doing. Cal Poly motto, go Mustangs. So I just want everybody to realize nobody is perfect, and we are doing our best to make sure that we are consistent and give everyone an opportunity to compete at women's. So there's my spiel.
Yes. And I think to start then with we really looked at the way we announced the limited, and we have made a few adjustments to it. And I think the biggest, most important one is we realize a lot of the ladies that are going to compete in limited can't be there for 7 days, right? So we are going to adjust the format for the barrels and breakaway. The barrels is going to be 1 round, an open 4D race that will be on Monday, May 12th, after the pros and challengers complete
there you are. We're back. Sorry, we had a little hiccup, I think.
Froze. Let me take this off. That'll help.
I love technology. Yeah, you're here. Okay, go.
So what I was talking about is just we want to give the girls competing in the limited the chance to kind of come in and out. So the barrel racing is going to be 1 day, and the breakaway roping is going to be 1 day for our limited competitors. Everyone competing in the limited will be invited to participate in our gala and back number ceremony, which will be Sunday, May 11th. And then the barrel racing competition will be 1 round, a 4D format, and on the evening of Monday, May 12th. So the pros and challengers will compete in round 1 on Monday, And then we will go into the barrel racing, which will be 1 round open 40, $100 entry fee. Your leaderboard number 1 through 10, you won't pay it. You get a complimentary fee in, and then everybody else outside of the top 10 that qualify will pay that $100 entry fee. It will be 70% payback, $10,000 added per discipline. And then for those of you that are really going after the points race and being in the top 10, we will have a $1,000 cash bonus for whoever earns the most points between the season on the VRQ and then at the 40 race. Yep. But then the breakaway, we are going to actually do a 2D format in the limited breakaway. So we're going to do 2 rounds and then a top 20 short. It will be $150 entry fee for the breakaway, 70% payback, $10,000 added, and then again, that $1,000 cash bonus for whoever earns the most points between the leaderboard and competing at the limited competition. And then, Lindsay, let's dive into how we want to revise the barrel racing classification requirements.
Okay, so when we looked at the limited, we looked at, if you look at industry numbers, there is over 100,000 barrel racers in the industry numbers. I mean, this is just kind of a give or take, plus or minus, just a whole round number. The breakaway roping, I think, is now around like 20,000, 15 to 20,000. Team roping is a little less at like 8 to 10,000. So with 100,000 in the barrel racing industry numbers, and like we say, we want to be an environment for all female female athletes who compete in rodeo events, barrel racing, breakaway, and team roping. So with that, we looked at the classifications for limited, and it was super challenging to know where to cut it off because there's ladies that compete in barrel racing that never go to a rodeo. They don't like rodeo format. They don't want to go to an amateur rodeo. They don't want to go to an open just showcase rodeo. They don't want to go to a rodeo. They love the 4D format, and obviously it's a great format and it is super successful, and we love the format as well. So when we were looking at the numbers, you can go to the all-in barrel race. That was a QS spot for us this year, and win the 5D, which is technically almost 3 seconds slower than the fastest time, and go win $8, $9, $10,000 at that race alone in Vegas. So it was really hard to put a number on annual earnings and for the limited barrel race. So we kind of warped that just a little bit and left it at a lifetime earnings of 75,000 or less, but have never held a pro card. So you have not, I mean, in the last 5 years, you have not held a pro card, and that is including amateur rodeo associations. So no pro card in the WPRA, no pro card in any amateur rodeo association, IPRA, UPRA, Colorado Pro Rodeo, Idaho Pro Rodeo, California Pro Rodeo, Eastern States Pro Rodeo, Tennessee Pro Rodeo. You cannot have held an amateur card or a pro card in the last 5 years to be qualified for the limited. So with that, we realized that will open the doors for the limited barrel racers in the sense that you can be a limited barrel racer and win $3,000 just going to your local jackpots in the 2D, 3D, and chip away, $400 or $500 at a time, or you go to a big barrel race like the Run for the Roses and win 4,000 or 5,000 in the 4D. So we changed the way to look at the limited. The limited is your true barrel racer who is not a rodeo cowgirl, who is not going to rodeos, who is only going to barrel racing jackpots, doesn't really have that fastest time wins, and when the 4 fastest times are the only ones that get a check. This is the girls that know that they fall into that 3D, 4D format and still can come compete in our 3D, 4D limited barrel race and have a chance to win a lot of money. Now, if you end up being the fastest time, you get a chance to run at AT&T Stadium and compete for $60,000 as the limited cowgirl, but there's only one of those that goes, to where in the pros and challengers, there's 3 spots for those cowgirls.
Yes, so we're going to get all of this updated on the website. We're going to share a bunch of documents. We're going to contact those of you that are currently on the limited leaderboard, and everybody has 2 weeks to confirm that's where you want to stay, or if you want to move up to the challenger. We're going to kind of reapply all of these changes that Lindsay and I just talked about again. And it's ultimately to give girls that opportunity that if they have earned more than 5,000 in a year, but have earned less than 75,000 in their lifetime, but they're not going to pro rodeos, they haven't in the past 5 years, limited is the place for them. So at these upcoming qualifier series events, we will use these new verifications in the barrels to give those girls the opportunity to compete in the limited. And again, if you're in there and you're like, man, I go to IPRAs, UPRAs, you probably are meant to be in the challenger, and we will promote you to the challenger leaderboard. But then after the 2 weeks, we'll get everybody settled where they're supposed to be. And that is where you will stay for the remainder of the segment going into the finals in April. And we're in the middle of January.
The other thing I want to add is that with this limited competition, there is a entry fee. With the Challenger and Pro 2 women's, there is no entry fee if you qualify in the top 20 in the leaderboard or a QS spot. And Jess, yes, we will have a last chance qualifier. We are working with Cowgirl Gathering, and all of those details will come out with Cowgirl Gathering and the last chance qualifier.
Yep. So we threw a lot of information out today. We're really grateful for those of you that joined us live.
It's only January 15th, ladies. It's coming. We got all kinds of things.
Heather, yes, the team roping pairing process will remain the same. So if you're brand new here, as of April 13th, our leaderboard closes. Our team spends that week confirming the leaderboard points. And then the following week, I believe it's the week of April 20th, we will distribute a list of all pro headers and pro healers that qualified, whether it was through the leaderboard or qualifier series events. Same thing with the challengers, a header list and healer list will go out. And then at that time is when you pair. Our seeded positions, leaderboard 1 through 4 that go right into the semifinals, those are based on your paired points. So those of you that are up there, be sure to look at who you're partnering with. Maybe your partner needs to go nominate a few more times to stay up there and keep you in the top 4. But yeah, we will send that full list out of qualified headers and healers. If you don't have any idea who you're going to partner with, we will help you. At the end of the pairing deadline, if there's anybody left over that didn't pair, then we pair you based on your leaderboard rank. So yes, we will kind of help everybody through that process. Our team, I've had some qualifier series girls reach out and they're like, when do we enter? I don't want to miss the books. So those books are Tuesday through Thursday, that week of April 20th. Our team does an incredible job of texting you guys, giving you those reminders, explaining how to enter. And yeah, there'll be a lot of information coming out over the next few months.
Yeah. We see your question, Kelly. We're not ignoring you. It's really hard with the limited and the team roping because of the numbering system. I don't know how we could do a true limited because I don't know if there is, when you look at, we go from 4.5, a 5 and up is a pro. So a 4.5 and down is a challenger. So down from there would be a 3. And I don't know how, down from a 4.5 and a 4, there's not a lot of 3s left. And if you rope, I don't know if you rope enough, you won't be a 3 for very long. So I don't know how we could have a true number 6 roping to be that limited spot. So I'm not gonna vote it out forever, but I think that right now we already have. With the team roping, the numbers aren't there to really support it, I guess is the best way to say that. So if the numbers ever get to where they will support it, then yeah, we would totally consider it. Like how I talked about the barrel race industry numbers, there's 100,000 plus. Team roping, it's 10,000, to 12,000. So it's hard to know if we could make that happen, but we appreciate the question. Thank you.
Yeah, and Lindsay and I are here to help. Again, we have an amazing team of sales reps: Tori Murdoch, Bailey Tarvin, Kate Moat, Carrie Ball, Rob Smets. They're here to help you. So if you're like, man, I'm right there on the bubble, what event should I be nominating? I'm going to tell you the BFI Team Ropers is definitely going to be one that if you weren't planning on going, you should go to that one if you have qualifying the women's in mind.
Don't they have, I can't remember what Darren was saying yesterday, but it's like 10,000 added, isn't it?
There's a lot of money in there.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. That might be the breakaway number, but I know that there's a bunch of money added in the, and thanks to Charlie One Horse for stepping up with BFI and having those, the Charlie One Horse team roping and breakaway. But we're super excited about the BFI. Like I said, we got that email this morning and we're like, we're talking about it.
Yeah.
The ink's not dry yet, but we're going to talk about it.
All right. Well, if no other questions this morning, ladies, have a great rest of your Women's Rodeo Wednesday.
And travels to the ladies who are starting to rodeo again. Because that's, I know that everybody just went to San Diego and Denver's getting ready to start and Fort Worth's getting ready to start and all of that fun stuff. So,
couple great questions. Dana, the USTRC as of right now, we don't have as a QS, but those are great events to nominate and earn points at, so don't count those out. Sonia, barrel racing points. So here's how it works. If it is an alliance event, the way that our points are awarded right now is based on fastest times. So top 10 fastest times earn those points. But if it's a non-alliance event, we award points to the top 10 highest paid positions. So if they pay 2 in each D, we're going to go down to 5D to award those points. But then also ESA does side pot packages at all of their barrel races. Those are great ones to go to and enter the limited side pot package. You can earn points through being in that side pot package as a limited competitor. But yeah, those non-alliance events that award points to 10 in each paid position is a great place. If they 2 or 3 places per D, will drop down into that 3D, 4D to award those points.
Yeah, and I think that if you, I know that you guys are up north, if you have producers that do quite a few barrel races, have them get a hold of us and have them be alliance partners, because it really just helps deepen that points field for you ladies. So
we can create side pot packages at their barrel race events so that for the limited, you can enter that side pot package and then you're guaranteed to get points in both the open and the side pot. So for you limited girls, that's the best way to get points is by entering those side pot packages.
Absolutely. And if and that goes for breakaway roping and if there's all girl team ropings or just regular team ropings, let us know producers that would be willing to be alliance partners with us at Women's Rodeo Championship so that we can help deepen the points, because we can only do so much with the results that we have. And so when they're alliances, they go deeper in the points. And we want to let ladies from, coast to coast and everywhere in between get as many points as possible to get to women's. So just reach out to us and let us know how we can help, talking to producers across the country, because we're very willing to work with anybody.
And I want to give a shout out to the girls headed to the IFR. We hope that you have a great rodeo. Be sure to nominate women's. Again, those are some great points to earn at the IFR. And I'm also partial to the Miss Rodeo USA contest. We created a fancy award this year to the cowgirl in the contest that exhibits the most cowgirl spirit and rodeo knowledge. And so we're excited to see who wins that too.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sonia, we'll get you in touch with Rob Smets. He is our alliance guy, and it really just comes down to if they're willing to provide results If they want to work in next gen, they can be a higher alliance level. There's some things that, but at the end of the day, for women's, if a producer is willing to work with us and send us their results, we want to work with them. So that's pretty much what
It
it
doesn't
takes.
cost them anything.
Yeah.
So there's no added expense to it for the producer. There's just an agreement about results and timeframes and all of that kind of stuff. So definitely we can get you in touch with Rob, and he can explain it better than myself, because I'm not good at that.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. We appreciate it. Cheers.
Yeah.
I hope everybody has a strong cup of Joe. And you're kicking it with Celsius. Dang, you're going hard in the paint this morning. I got my vitamins in my Stanley. But we appreciate you all joining us. I'm sure that we will be back. We're both traveling next Wednesday, so if we do it, it might be a lunchtime. It might be from the airport in Fort Worth, Texas. I don't know.
If you're at Dickie's, the Kid Rock and Rodeo qualifier, come say hi.
Maybe we'll get live with everybody in there. But so we're both traveling next Wednesday. If we do it, we might do something fun or something together and take you guys on an adventure with us. But we're excited. Thank you to all of our new Qualifier Series partners. Thank you for believing and giving these ladies a chance to have another Qualifier Series. Thank you to BFI and Run for the Roses and NBHA. Wow, that's a big one, and we're super excited for that for our friends on the East Coast. And have a wonderful, safe, blessed week, and we will see you guys next time.
See ya.